My name is Margaret Hayes. I am 60 years old. I live alone in a small, quiet house in Portland, Oregon. Many years ago, my husband left me. He walked away and never came back. I do not know where he lives now. I had only one child, my son David. When his father left us, David was just a little boy. He does not remember his father. He never asks about him. Whenever I try to speak about his father, David changes the topic. Life was never easy for me. After my husband left, I had nothing. No money, no home, no proper job. I had a young son and I had to survive. I worked very hard. In the morning, I cleaned houses for rich people. In the evening, I worked in a bakery. My hands were always tired. My body was always weak. But I never complained. I wanted my child to have a good life. I gave up my own dreams. I did not buy new clothes or good food. I worked for David. I paid the rent, bought school books, paid bills, and cooked food. Life was heavy, but I carried it with love. David grew up. He became a fine young man. I felt proud when I looked at him. I believed he would always stay by my side. I thought he would never forget my love. But life changed when David turned 25. One day, he told me about a woman named Samantha. His eyes were happy when he spoke her name. He said she was kind, beautiful, and full of life. I was happy because he was happy. The next Sunday, David brought Samantha to our house for dinner. At first, she seemed polite. She smiled and said my house was warm and pretty. She said my food was good, but when I looked at her eyes, I felt fear. Something was not right. I said nothing. I wanted my son to be happy, so I smiled. Slowly, Samantha began to change David. She was clever. She never insulted me directly. Instead, she said small things. She said his clothes looked cheap. She said we should eat in fancy restaurants. She spoke about her rich friends. David began to change. He stopped meeting his old friends. He started dressing like her friends. He spoke like them and acted like them. The boy I raised with love was disappearing. He was not my David anymore. Our Sunday dinners stopped. At first, he said he was busy with work. Then he said he was tired. Finally, he stopped coming. His phone calls were short. "I have to go, Mother," he said. My heart broke. I called him. "David, my son, you seem different." "I am worried," I said. When I spoke about Samantha, he became angry. "You are jealous, Mother," he shouted. "You don't want me to be happy." His words cut me deeply. I was not jealous. I only wanted to protect him. But he could not see that. He chose her, not me. Weeks passed, then months. My house felt empty, silent, cold. One evening, I could not bear it anymore. I decided to go to David's apartment. My hands trembled. I pressed the elevator button. I reached the 4th floor. I stood before door number 22. My heart beat fast. I knocked. The door opened. It was not David. It was Samantha. Her eyes were cold. Her voice was sharp. "Hello, Samantha," I said softly. "Is David home? I need to see him." She stood tall. "David is here. "But he does not want to see you," she said. My heart stopped. "What do you mean?" I asked. "Margaret, you need to leave. David wants freedom," she said slowly. "Freedom? Freedom from what?" I whispered. "Freedom from you," she said. "You control him too much. He wants to live his own life." Tears filled my eyes. I was not controlling. I only loved him. But my son stayed behind the door. He did not come out. He did not call my name. He let Samantha speak for him. I turned away. I walked down the hallway. My son was gone. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. No calls, no visits, no letters. Every morning I looked at the phone. I prayed it would ring. Every evening I looked out the window. I hoped his car would stop in front of my house, but he never came. People in the street whispered, "Maybe she was a bad mother." I wanted to scream, "No!" I loved him with all my heart, but I stayed silent. One morning, I opened the newspaper. My eyes froze. David Hayes' name was in the article. Samantha was unfaithful. She had been with another man, David's best friend. I dropped the paper. My heart bled. I wanted to run to David, to hold him, to protect him. But I remembered his anger and rejection. Fear stopped me. That evening, there was a knock on my door. Nobody ever visited me. My hand was shaking as I opened it. It was David. He looked broken. His eyes were red and swollen. His face was pale. He looked like a little boy again, not the proud man who had left me. Tears ran down his cheeks. "Mother," he cried, falling into my arms. "Mother, I'm sorry." "I'm so sorry." I hugged him tightly. My heart healed in that moment. I did not see the man who hurt me. I only saw my son. He was home. Now David lives with me again in our small house. I hear his voice every day. My nights are no longer filled with tears. I sleep peacefully knowing he is safe in the next room. People ask me, "How can you forgive him so quickly? How can you forget the pain?" They do not understand. A mother's heart is different. When I look at David, I only see the little boy I raised with love. Families hurt each other, yes, but families can heal. Love is strong enough to bring back what was lost. And I will never stop loving my son.